Namaste Shivaya, my friends. Welcome back to my channel. This is Veronica, and this is where we pull the veil back so that we may see more clearly. I just want to give a big thanks and shout out to all the people who come back to support my channel, support my spiritual work. It wouldn't be possible without Divine Holy Spirit, to which we are all belonging to. We are children of the divine. First card out is the moon. Your state of nurturance. It is your soul's emotional expression, how you feel and how you nurture. This one wanted to flip. It's the throat chakra. Like I said, how you express your emotions. This bottom card once, Kundalini. And Uranus, spontaneous Kundalini awakening. Two cards here, Shokma and the Cross. Shokma is a sphere on the tree of life that represents divine masculine energy. It's number 2. With the cross. Wow. I'm seeing the 3 crosses on the hill, and it was the second person being crucified who obtained salvation while on the cross alongside Jesus Christ. Wow. Yesod. Foundations, also the moon. So we have moon, throat chakra. Oh, there's too many here, but I am going to take this one. And Venus, Hand of Fatima, protection. Protection and travel. At the bottom we have the crown. So we have the foundation, we have the crown, we have the cross. Feminine foundations. Yeah, whoever this is for, you felt so deeply to the core of you, something that triggered you into speaking up and speaking out about something. Something that you have wanted to speak up about for a very long time, and you finally had enough energy to allow it to release itself. And you're doing it in a really righteous way. You're doing it in a way that will allow you to build a fresh start off of this. It is this catalyzation energy that you were able to finally allow it to leave your body, allow it to leave your soul's imprint, I'm hearing. Okay, we have 2 here. 4 of Wands, foundations, celebrations with the moon, and 6 of Cups, right? Yeah, 6 of Cups. Nurturing that inner child. It's you speaking up for what is upright and what is innocent. It's this inner child, innocent part of you that you never let go of, that you always knew there would come a time where you'd be able to nurture this beautiful side of you again. And you're doing it. You're doing it through the spoken word. The Page of Pentacles coming out on top of Kundalini. I don't know if you could hear the crows in the background, but we have a family of 5 crows that come by quite frequently. The Page of Pentacles, you know, that's Princess of Earth, Princess of Discs, and the Kundalini. It's actually being taken care of for who you are and what you represent. It's the foundation of your soul essence is finally being recognized, and you're finally being treated like a princess. It's a good thing. And, you know, oh wow, we have the moon again on Uranus. Moon, Uranus, interesting combination because it's somebody who, yes, you have managed to juggle many things all at the same time, but there comes a point where you just have to allow the process to allow the machine to function as it should, is like what I'm hearing. Is like your body has a specific function, and this energy is coming up as a feminine energy, right? Your body has a function in accordance with divine law, like the law of your body. And the bottom, we have the Seven of Wands. You've been on the defense. It's like you've been defending your body, defending your inner child, defending what is righteous and good about you. And the Two of Wands is coming out here on Shokma, you know, making a decision on like which direction to move forward. But I'm getting that it is somebody else who is, you know, who sees you for who you are and has made a decision in like a very, okay, I like this card, the Star. Yeah, who has made a decision in a very informed type of wise way. It's like being informed from the stars and being informed from their own relationship with Jesus Christ and the most divine. They're making a very intuitively guided decision, and it's because of how you show up and also make them feel. Okay, the Two of Swords, Libra energy, right? This is justice coming in to bring greater balance. It's like they've made a decision on what your foundation is going to look like together. And we have the Nine of Discs here coming out. I'm being told not to take these, but to like read them as a separate reading. So Nine of Pentacles energy, along with the Chariot. So I usually don't take these in reverse, but I'm going to for this short story. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So this is somebody who is like stuck down in the dumps, not really feeling like their highest potential, but the Chariot comes in to pick them up and move them along out of whatever heartache and disappointment was holding them back. It's like starting a new journey after the heartache happened. And you have the Strength and the Seven of Cups. And they're doing it in a way that allows you to get, like, you're doing it in a way that allows you to get whatever it is that you desire, right? You have all of these tools at your disposal to bring you strength, to bolster your strength, to help you get through this hard time of transition and moving from one foundation to the next. And while it might hurt or suck in the interim, there are no more illusions. The moon and the star out here, you've made your decision on what is most beneficial for you and the other people who this situation revolves around. And then you have the sun with Venus. This is huge energy. And the Fool at the bottom. Yeah, this is all happening right now. I mean, you've reached a breaking point. It's like your internal Kundalini energy became so energized that you're just willing to build a better mousetrap, is what I'm hearing. Is very interesting. And you're extremely supported at this time. You have this other person's energy within your vicinity on purpose. Okay, I want to get... It's like I have to touch it to feel and to know. Aquarius, I know. This is restructuring your friend groups and specifically where you're spending a lot of your time. You could actually be rebuilding something physically, like a property or coming into contact with people who are going to assist you in moving on to in escaping. You're going to find people who assist you in escaping this situation. And they're going to see you for who you are, and they're going to hear you for what you say. These people are not going to have an idea on how they want you to show up in their lives. Like, they're not going to paint you in a different color before you even open your mouth. And, you know, that should be a key to any listener out there, is that if somebody is in your life for an extended period of time, they have a preconceived notion about who you are. Yeah, Mercury, in their mind. Kundalini, Page of Pentacles, and Mercury. Something that happened to me last weekend, and I don't really talk about this situation very much, but I live with my grandmother, and I help her because she's elderly and needs cared for. She got lost driving over the weekend, and she called two people, me and her daughter, who doesn't agree with my spiritual lifestyle. And I know that there's a lot of people out there in the collective who have been born to utilize their God-given right of accessing the realms of angelic fire to transform their lives, because you get born into these covenants that sacrifice individuals in a bloodline. And if you're the born sacrifice and you're here to moon unveil all of these things, sometimes that can come out in a really shocking manner. And it happens a lot more than what most people think. A lot of it is very unconscious. 12th house. You could be a Pisces rising. But the outcome of this situation was her daughter had called some random dude to go and pick my grandmother up and like take the car, and I don't know what would have happened, but I got there right in the nick of time. I mean, I was only 10 minutes away. It couldn't have been more divinely orchestrated for me to make sure that I was there to take care of my grandmother, which is, you know, my purpose at this point in my life. been a registered nurse for over 10 years, and, you know, I was made for this. I was built for this, and I give thanks to God for my judgment day and for following Spirit. So, you know, if you are being guided to follow your Spirit more, just do it. Make it a part of your routine with the 6th house. Cool that we have 12th house and 6th house. Routine and escape. Opposite sides of the zodiacal wheel. And this is showing up Mercury in the 6th, or Mercury in Virgo, which is very good at planning, very good at crossing the T's, dotting the I's, making sure you do exactly what you say you're going to do. Illuminating your own routine for other people to see and witness. It's like remaining, like keeping yourself in this very teachable energy. Air element, great communication. Coming on top of the 2 of Wands, making a decision to act upon something, and Shokma, divine masculine energy, which ultimately is building, doing, acting upon something. It's taking wise counsel in the word of the Father. It's going within and talking to God. The Grand Cross, Provoker. In this deck, the Grand Cross does represent, to me, coming to the crossroads about something and needing to make a decision. It's meeting the devil at the crossroads, is what it is. Cross, the Star, and Grand Cross, Provoker. It's understanding that Jesus Christ died on the cross to bear the inequity that our family places upon us at the moment of our conception. It's knowing that your soul is free from any contracts that were not made by your conscious decisions based upon your parents, your family, your grandparents, you know, aunts or uncles who speak your name out into the ethers, you know, because words are spells. Even if you don't know it, doesn't mean it's not. It's you coming in to actively undo these spoken contracts that you didn't know about, but now they're coming out into the light because you're course correcting this path that they tried to like blindly lead you down, and by you blindly being led down it because you've been on the spiritual journey, like you've been on the spiritual grind for so long that you just act in the light. You have no problem doing 8th house things because you're used to it. Like you know your energy better than anybody else. And you understand that, you know, having to consciously repeat things that, you know, are patterns that are coming up in your life, and you're like, when is this ride gonna end, right? 10th house, the world. 8th house, endings and beginnings of 10th house, the world. Endings and beginnings, making a decision about the foundation and what needs to change and be turned more towards the light and turned more towards the sun, being turned more towards feminine values of Venus. Now, Venus isn't just love and relationships. Venus is your value systems. It's what you find valuable. That could be an aesthetic. It could be actual currency. It's things of the earth, things of the world. This is insane energy. And then at the bottom we have Chiron, healing. In the sky, Chiron is making a conjunction with Eris, the goddess of discourse. The wounded feminine who was she was the only one who wasn't invited to this wedding on Mount Olympus, right? And that's another thing about Mercury and about that story with my grandmother, was that land is important, and when you feel yourself grounding into part of the land where you are from, or wherever you just so happen to be, like this part of the world that I was in was called Parnassus. And where is Mount Parnassus? It is where the Oracle of Delphi were located, and also the seat of Apollo. So it's understanding, that yes, cycles do repeat themselves, names of towns do repeat themselves, and whatever groups structured these parts of the world or the new world, they made these names for a reason. So it's important to know what energy is circulating around you and around your town. Do some research, make some connections, and I would say you'd be shocked to see what you discover intuitively. But this is all very important and relevant for the times in the world that we're all living in, where we are pulling the veil back and discovering that these entities and deities can be petitioned, and through your daily life, working in the light of the Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit will reveal to you what you need to know. It's when you push the boundary and try to push past what Holy Spirit wants you to know that could get you out of balance. So give thanks to your gift. Give thanks to God Most High. Give thanks to the Elohim. Thank you, Jesus. J Ma. So yeah, another thing that I was doing earlier today was going back in my old journals and seeing how far I've come just since last year. And it's funny because I am noticing a repeating of the pattern around the same time last year, and what was going on with my family and how I was interacting with the divine. I started attending satsangs with a spiritual teacher and learning more about deepening within my Kundalini practice, within my body, and how it relates to what is happening on the outside as well. Okay, Queen of Swords. Speaking your own truth out there. Speaking what you know in relation to the all. It's recognizing, again, the things that you are uncovering for yourself, you're uncovering for many other people. And you're using that to help other people. You're using what you went through in the past to benefit the all and to benefit Ten of Wands. Benefit other people who are also experiencing oppression and looking for a way of escape. And keeping hold on their nostalgia and keeping hold on their inner child. That inner child that needed to be expressed in times of oppression. It's like growing up and realizing that it's you who's here to save that inner child. Five of Cups, disappointment. On Mercury, Mind, Page of Pentacles, and Kundalini. It's you rising up out of the disappointment energy that another person felt when you were a child and displaced that energy on you. And in doing so, they gave you that feeling of disappointment, but you didn't know how to handle it. So you thought that it was yours. And it became this ingrained pattern that was never, ever, ever yours to be imprinted upon. And that's something about our moon that happens on the earth, is the moon reflects that light and it imprints that nurturing light onto the impressionable waters of the sea, of your inner child's emotionally turbulent sea. And when that happened, when that emotional imprint happened, death. But it came in the inverse. It was the other person's feelings of death that they gave to you and took it away from them. And that's what it means to be the family sacrifice, is they will take all their negative energy and put it on a child so that the child feels it and the adult does not. I don't take, or no, it says defeat. Five of Swords says defeat, but it came out as death energy. Defeat, routine, the moon, and Uranus. So this is extremely heavy energy, and I'm sorry if this is triggering anybody by like digging up these child wounds. But they tried to keep you in this shock value energy for a really long time. I mean, since you were a baby. So it just became so normalized to you. We have the Art card. Deep alchemy, you know, turning all of this pain into art through your communication, through making the inspirited action, and being supported by this strong masculine energy, this strong divine masculine energy. It's spirit. It's your spirit family in real life. It's literally a real life guardian angel who came to support you through this time, whoever that is to you. And they can see what it is that you have gone through. Ace of Discs. With the Grand Cross Provoker, the Star, and the Cross. You faced the Crossroads demon and got the Ace of Discs afterwards. Eight of Discs, Prudence. On 8th house, endings and beginnings. Look at this card. It's a beautiful flowering tree. This is Scorpio, Sun and Scorpio energy on top of 8th house, on top of Justice is Blind, swift mental decision. And, you know, there's a moon in this card too. It's you having worked so hard, and yes, in Scorpio season, you're going to see a drastic shift in this energy. Like, I'm talking Queen of Discs on the 10th house, the Sun and Venus. I'm talking going from the Princess of Discs to the Queen of Discs here. At the bottom, Seven of Swords. Futility. Yeah, it's like, honestly, no matter what the forces of opposition tried to throw at you, doing their moon magic, it still failed. Because see, listen, they really did try to keep you stuck, bound, feeling defeated, disappointment, and like no matter what you did, you couldn't get out from underneath them. But what they failed to recognize was that you're still living a very full life, a very full and sovereign life. Even if they think that they had oppressed you for like a spell of time. But what they didn't realize was that you were growing everything right underneath their nose in order to get you out of whatever situation they thought that they had you bound and stuck in. Like if you are working for somebody who told something about you to all of your coworkers and the people who you might be coming into daily contact with to treat you differently from the other people. That phase is coming to an end. Phase and containers. Yeah, whatever box they had you cornered in, the box is opened. Spring. It's time for new things to grow in your life, spring to summer. So that's in full bloom now. I mean, this is very much maturation energy. We have the sun again. Everything is coming to light. The sun and the star. Stardust. Stardust on top of the star. Ace of Discs. Nowhere has it been written that the darkness conquers the light. Nowhere. Nowhere. And that's something that this other side failed to recognize. You're coming up as the hero. The prudent hero. You're rising from the darkness that they kept you in. The artificial darkness that they kept you in. Mountain. Yeah. You're coming up strong and tall like the mountain. What fell? Desert, heart, moon again, crown again, beginnings, throat chakra, clearing and validation. That's amazing. It's literally your heart being quenched of thirst while in the desert. Seeing yourself out by light of the stars and the moon and being crowned in a new beginning after you are able to clear your throat chakra and speak up about the situation that you were in. You're going to be seen as a hero by so many other people who are going through a similar situation as you just by taking the inspirited action and getting yourself out of this oppression, disappointment, defeat energy that was keeping you blocked and stuck. This is a situation where this October and through Scorpio season, you're going to see yourself remembering what is good and remembering what you like about yourself. It's remembering what makes you strong in your own eyes and feeling proud about it. And I'm not talking about like a boastful pride. I'm talking about a fulfilling of your soul contract through your own soul essence. It's filling your own cup with this silvery liquid that shimmers in the sunlight, that seems to change properties at each glance. You can't tell if it's fizzing or smoking, but you can tell that it is your essence, and it fills your cup. So depending on your own, molecular, cellular composition, what you put into your cup, what you put into your body, is going to inform your own river which way to wend. So when you watch your river run, when you look up to the Milky Way and understand that your internal river is the same river in every instance, you understand that there are certain things that just cannot be stopped because of the direction that God told the river to flow in. And you are simply in flow with this rhythm. And I just see this water coursing through and returning a balance to whatever energy does not belong there, that gets swept away. And we call upon Epona. Epona. Epona is a Celtic goddess of horses and streams of water. It's big freedom energy, and Epona is here to assist you in returning to your own wild flow without any imprinting on from outside influence. It's you returning to this cosmic flow of the oceans in the sky and how you bring heaven to earth through yourself. And what you water will grow. The other side knows this. What you water will grow. So if you're watering seeds of disappointment, defeat, oppression, that's what will grow in your life. So you're being asked to water the seeds that will allow you to feel humble pride within your own realm of accomplishment. It's you not competing with any other soul, because you understand that your soul is the one. And their soul is the one. And what does the one need to feel fulfilled? The one needs to feel Like they are the one, the sun, who is here to bring about specific change inside their own lives. That's going to look different for everyone. But the core message, the root of this energy is standing up for yourself, speaking your truth in accordance to what you are emotionally lacking, and seeing it magnetized to you after you speak it out loud. So just make sure that you're not speaking anything out loud that's like a double negative. The universe hears you quite literally. So if you have poor language, it's going to think that you mean those things literally. That's where like this censorship, this war on censorship, can kind of get convoluted with coercion in a way. And why lyrics do matter in songs and things like that. It's funny when you're younger, you're like, nuh-uh. That has no bearing on how I represent myself. Meanwhile, we're an amalgamation of the 5 closest people to us, truly. So, yeah. With all that, bearing all of that in mind, what you base your routines around and how your voice is heard among these people in your life, it does have a certain amount of weight that you carry from that. Well, this is asking you to shift the weight that doesn't belong to you, that is a temporary burden or a temporary iniquity. I just sense that that you're still carrying some sort of burden from your ancestor, like your ancestral line, and that it's going to be phased out. That's a good thing. It's definitely a good thing. Let's get one more row. Divine Source. Divine Source is the phase that you are entering now. You're entering this space through the power of your intuition. You're unlocking this next level of existing and being and creating. You're escaping this oppression through your intuition, through being a conduit of Source, through magnetizing and acting upon those situations that present themselves to you, not putting it off. And you'll just find how easy it is for you. It's right place, right time. Don't even hardly have to go out of your way. You just go within and say, instead of doing this, Spirit's kind of urging me to take this action over here. Trust it. Trust it. Trust whatever comes up for you, okay? Divine love is out on the table. It's you opening your heart and receiving the intuitive messages from Spirit that shine through your body. Trust your body. Give your body ease. Ease the tension. Because if you're too tense, you're not going to be as informed by the subtleties that come up within your body's intelligence system. Divine love and limitless. Limitless stardust, Ace of Discs. Grief, hero, prudence, 8th house. It's the divine love through source that will allow you to let this limitless stream of unbiased energy to flow through. And just because you are coming up as this hero doesn't mean that it won't hurt sometimes and that you won't feel the grief of releasing things that don't belong to you. It just depends on how you allow that grief to process through your body. Because you're going to feel it sooner or later. You're going to experience what it is to grieve. So invite help in. Invite help from God Most High, from Jesus Christ, from Mary, Queen of Angels, from Vishnu, the Divine Destroyer, from Lakshmi, Divine Abundance, from Krishna, Divine Ease, we are all energy that has been recycled again and again. Trust that you have enough soul experience to carry you through this very difficult time. And trust that Spirit is here to show you what you need to see. Not everything, no. But that's for your own protection, you know. You could get overwhelmed with too much information. And if you're feeling mentally overloaded, again, you're being asked to go within and feel some form of divine love that allows the grief to process itself out. Let's get 1 or 2 Moonology cards, you know, whatever decides to come out. I'm feeling like whoever this reading is for, you've been through so much. You've been through a lot of deception and gaslighting for sure, but you're putting God first at this point in your life. And God is revealing to you all of the things where in the past you had gone through something thinking that you were alone, but you were never alone, because God will hold your hand and walk with you back to those places, like especially in your dreams. If you've been having like a lot of recurring dreams or locations inside your dreams that you have repeatedly gone to. Like for me, I get these like amalgamations of the same type of a place, but everywhere that I had ever been mashed up into one spot. And I go there with my spirit team and I go to correct things that have happened in the past. And that's exactly what I'm getting here, is that God Most High goes with you in your memories and in your dreams, in your daydreams and in your night dreams. You're never alone. And it's always been an illusion that you were alone. But when you tap into that limitless divine love, you have that lion-headed confidence, that pride, that divine pride that allows you to stand up for yourself and say, yes, I can grieve and be strong. Yes, I can experience disappointment and still trust in God's plan for me. Yes, I can escape oppression through remembering what it is like to be a child who needs more love and who needs to experience help from a divine source. And that's when you go within and say, how do I represent divine source to help others? And that's for you to decide. Full moon eclipse, conclusions are within reach. I just wanted to see what was at the bottom of that. I do want to get one spirit animal out here from the Nature Nurture Oracle. This will be the last card, I feel. The last half of a deck of cards. Yeah, what's this? Let's scry it. Birth of the egg. Detox of the frog. The labyrinth of journey. So, starting your spiritual existence, right? The birth of you comes from detoxing from the journey, however it took you, however your path wound for you to walk. You did have to unlearn some limiting beliefs that were placed upon you through nurturance. Water, emotion, and desert, resilient. Yeah, again, you had to unlearn some emotional coping mechanisms and patterning that you needed to put into place to make it through the grieving times, which, again, could have been your entire life since you were a child. This is really tapping into a large portion of like this wounded feminine caused by wounded masculine. Transition through action. And you have good luck in doing so. You're backed by a holy angelic fire of transmutation. We have water and fire out here through this. Transitioning out of the desert. It's like your soul entered this life to experience the desert first, so that you knew every part of what a soul could lack in the emotional sense. And you did it because you wanted to see what divine love really felt like. You couldn't experience the biggest love without experiencing its exact opposite. And I'm sorry that you had to go through whatever this was. Warrior to warrior out there. Because that is what you are. You are a warrior spirit of God. And the way that you fight is through your love. And I'm not talking about withholding love, because that is just cruel. I'm talking about loving hard so that there is no room for cruelty. I'm talking about filling that container up with divine love and light from God, Creator, Source, where there's nothing, no other space for anything else to be there. And that's the cup that you're pouring from. So I'm really proud of you, collective. Bravo. Keep up the good work. Om Namah Shivaya. I'm leaving the reading here. Like the video if you liked it. Or if you want to support me, that'd be sweet. And click the subscribe button if you haven't done that already. But I hope that you have a wonderful day. Keep fighting that good fight. You are not alone. Spirit is always with you, even in the face of darkness. Though I shall walk through the valley of death, I shall fear no evil, for the shadow is mine, and so is the valley. You are the mountain, and you are the valley. You are the full circle. You are the full wave. So ride that wave. Ride it, because it's you. Om Namah Shivaya. Bye-bye.